Welcome everyone to Micro Learning. This is Shailaja, economics teacher. I'm going to teach you today the first chapter, Introduction to Macroeconomics. Now, first thing I'm going to classify economics. Economics is being classified into two. The first one is micro and the other one is macro. All of us know what is micro. Micro means small. And what is macro? Macro means large. This microeconomics and macroeconomics is being coined by the great economist. His name is Ragnar French. He is supposed to be a Norwegian economist and he is the first Nobel Prize winner in economic science. Followed by J.M. Keynes. His full name is John Maynard Keynes. He has written a book called as The General Theory of Employment in the year 1936. And he is considered the father of the modern macroeconomics. He has contributed during the time of a Great Depression. So all of you would have understood what is the difference between micro and macro. And these two words have been coined by the great economist Ragnar French. And he is supposed to be a Norwegian economist, and he is a Nobel Prize winner for economic science. Followed by J.M. Keynes, who is supposed to be a great economist, and he has written a book called as The General Theory of Employment in the year 1936. He is considered as the father of modern macroeconomics. He has contributed a great to the economy during the Great Depression. Now let us go on to the meaning of macroeconomics. What is macro? Macro is supposed to be a Greek word, which means macros. The meaning in English is supposed to be large. Macroeconomics study the economy as a whole. It studies about aggregates. Macroeconomics is also known as income theory. You have a short answer here. The question is, what is macroeconomics, or define macroeconomics? Now, macroeconomics deals with aggregates. What are the aggregates that is dealing with? It's dealing with national income, it is dealing with employment, it is dealing with inflation, it's dealing with business cycle, poverty, inequality, investment, saving, balance of payment, balance of trade, exchange rate, and economic growth. So you have one small question in this. What is macroeconomics? Now the importance of macroeconomics. Okay, what is the need or what is the importance of studying macroeconomics? The first one is solve basic problems prevailing in the economy. That is, we should know what are the small problems that is occurring in our economy. Then you should be able to understand, and in the future, what is the problems that we are going to face, what is the need, and what are the challenges that we are going to face. Next one is provide ample opportunities for scientific investigation. Then helps in meaningful comparison, analyzes economic indicators, prediction about the future, formulate scientific policies, avoid economic crisis. So these are supposed to be the importance of macroeconomics. I have underlined all the important keywords which we are supposed to write for the board exam. Now let us move on to the scope of macroeconomics. What is the use of studying macroeconomics? How it is going to contribute towards the economy? Okay, it provides a major area for, first one is it is national income, inflation, business cycle, poverty and unemployment, economic growth, and economic policies. So these are supposed to be the scope of macroeconomics. So what is the scope of macroeconomics? If they ask you a question, you should be able to take national income, inflation, business cycle, poverty and unemployment, economic growth, and economic policies. Now let us go deep into it. About national income. What is national income? Measures the national income and its composition by sectors are the basic aspects of macroeconomic analysis. national income provides growth process in an economy. So when we are getting national income, we get it from various sectors. It can be from agriculture, it can be from industry, it can be from the service or the tertiary sector, we call it. All these contributions put together only, we call it as national income. The next one is inflation. What does inflation means? It's supposed to be a steady increase in the general price level. And by studying inflation, we are able to create a index. What is that index called as? Wholesale price index, or we call it as consumer price index. Next is business cycle. Business cycle, that is all the economies usually face business fluctuations. It may be ups or it may be downs. So here business fluctuation occurs in every economy. We do not know when does it arise. So the cyclical movement in the economy need to be carefully studied based on aggregate economic variables. Next is poverty and unemployment. This is supposed to be the basic problem that we are facing in our country. The major problem of most resources rich nation, poverty and unemployment. This is one of the economic paradox. Poverty and unemployment can be removed by proper allocation of resources. How can you remove poverty and unemployment? By allocation of resources and indicating correct measures. Next is economic growth. The growth and development of an economy and the factors determining them could be understood only through macro analysis. So, if you want to know a country's growth, how can we analyze them? Only through studying macro analysis. Next, we have to frame certain policies for our country. So, economic policies are needed to solve basic problems, and we have to overcome all these problems in order to achieve growth in our country. Then we have certain limitations. What are the limitations? There is a danger of excessive generalization of the economy as a whole. You cannot be always telling this may happen, this may not happen. You cannot come to a generalization as such. There's a limitation for everything. Right? It assumes homogeneity among individual units, and there is a fallacy of composition. And many non-economic factors also determine economic activity. It's not only like national income or inflation or growth or unemployment, poverty that is going to determine. There are other non-economic factors. It can be war, it can be any type of natural calamity that occurs in an economy. Now there is a worksheet. Name the economist who coined the word macroeconomics. Then, what is a book written by J.M. Keynes? List down the importance of macroeconomics. Why do we study the scope of macroeconomics? What are the limitations of macroeconomics? Why is Keynes considered the father of modern economics? Please go through the previous slides so that you can make this worksheet complete. You can make this course a complete one only by doing the worksheet. So please do support me and subscribe to me. If you have any comments, please post it. Thank you.